If you're watching this before going to sleep, don't close this video. What you do in the minutes before sleep determines how your mind works for the next 8 hours. Most people waste this moment, not because they lack intention, but because no one ever explained how the mind actually functions in this state. Tonight, I want to show you one single thing, not visualization as it's commonly taught, not repeating affirmations, not forcing emotions or imagination. This is the correct way to give an instruction to the subconscious mind when it is most receptive. I taught this for many years to people of all ages, from different backgrounds, facing very different challenges. And one thing became very clear to me. The mind does not respond to wishes. The mind responds to clear instructions given at the right level. During the day, your mind is busy surviving. It analyzes, compares, protects itself, reacts constantly. That state is useful for daily life, but it is a very poor state for changing deep mental patterns. In that state, the mind questions everything. It doubts. It resists. That is why you can repeat an idea all day long and change nothing. But when night comes, when the body begins to shut down, when muscles relax and breathing slows, something very important happens. The conscious mind becomes quieter. And when the conscious mind quiets down, the subconscious becomes accessible. Here is something very few people truly understand. The subconscious mind does not sleep, ever. While you sleep, it works. It organizes information. It reinforces habits. It strengthens emotional patterns. It processes decisions. And it does all of this based on the last dominant mental pattern it received before deep sleep. That is why some people fall asleep worried and wake up even more worried, and why others fall asleep confused and wake up with clarity. This is not luck, it is not destiny, it is programming, or the absence of it. Over the years, I observed that people who achieved consistent results were not the most emotional nor the most optimistic. They were the ones who learned how to give simple, precise instructions at the correct moment. Today, people are taught to think positive, to visualize, to imagine, to feel intensely. All of that may have its place, but without the right mental level, it is only noise. The subconscious mind does not respond to effort. It does not respond to emotional intensity. It does not respond to repetition. It responds to clarity. Before sleep, the mind naturally enters what we call the alpha level. This is not a mystical concept. It is a real, measurable neurological state. In alpha, the mind stops arguing. It does not ask whether something is possible. It does not analyze whether it makes sense. In alpha, the mind executes. The problem is that most people enter alpha unconsciously and leave it without direction. They fall asleep thinking about random things, allowing old patterns to repeat themselves night after night. Tonight, we are not going to do that. Before we continue, I want you to understand something very important. Tonight, we are not trying to change your life. We are not forcing results. We are not looking for signs. We are doing something much more effective. We are training your mind to work with you while you rest. The subconscious mind is literal. It does not understand complex metaphors. It does not understand contradictions. That is why this method is simple, and that is why it works. When you lie down tonight, do not try to relax. Do not try to feel good. Do not try to empty your mind. Simply lie down comfortably and allow the body to do what it already knows how to do. Then in your mind, without moving your lips, without tension, begin counting slowly backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do not imagine anything as you count. Do not visualize. Do not repeat words. Just notice how, with each number, the mind becomes quieter. When you reach one, do nothing for a few seconds. This silence is important. This is the moment when the mind is open. Now comes the most important part. You will formulate one single instruction, not a list, not a wish, not a request. One clear instruction in the present tense without emotional strain. Something like, my mind works to find the best solution. Or, while I sleep, my subconscious organizes this information. Or, I wake up with clarity. Do not explain it. Do not justify it. Do not decorate it. Say it once, then let it go. Do not repeat it. Do not analyze it. Do not wait for anything. Allow yourself to fall asleep. This is where most people fail. Not because the method does not work, but because they try to control the outcome. The subconscious works best when it is not being watched, when it is not being rushed, when it is not being questioned. Often the result does not arrive the way you expect. Sometimes it comes as a simple idea upon waking. Sometimes as a quiet certainty during the day. Sometimes as a useful coincidence that is not really a coincidence. Do not force interpretation. Observe. When you repeat this process night after night, you are not manifesting, you are training. You are teaching your mind to receive clear instructions and work in the background. This is real mental power, not spectacle, not empty promises. This technique does not replace conscious action. It supports it. The subconscious prepares the ground. The conscious mind acts. If you use this method calmly, consistently, without desperation, you will notice something important. Life begins to respond with less resistance, not because the universe is listening to you, but because you are finally listening to yourself at the correct level. Tonight, you do not need to do anything extraordinary. You only need to speak to your mind at the right moment and then let it work. Do it tonight. One single instruction, no effort. The mind knows exactly what to do. When someone finally speaks to it clearly in its own language,